does it mean? What does it mean? 40 years ago, in 1989, April 15th, tensions between the Communist Party of China and multiple democratic election movements and protests began to grow. And after Yu Huibang, a prominent political figure of China at the time, died, students thought this was related to his forced resignation. From 18th to 21st of April, protests began to spread, demanding for liberty and equality. On the 20th of April, the state-run newspaper said that these protests had rejected the State Communist Party, which sparked more outrage from the protesters. A day before Star Wars Day, May the 4th, numbers from these protests rose much more and fast. People were split with China and the Communist Party, with multiple newspapers saying different sides and accurate newspapers being banned. It was May the 4th, and students gathered for the 70th anniversary of a movement in 1919 at Tiananmen Square. 70th anniversary of the May 19th movement 70 years before, as they were demanding reforms, the same old was happening. With the government demanding the protesters return to class, around 160 had begun a hunger strike. And about a week later, more than 3,000 people had joined in on the hunger strike, anticipating the leader of the Soviet Union to visit the square and citing the government's inability to respond. May 18th, many students were hospitalized from the strikes. During the week between the beginning and the peak of 3,000 strikers, the government canceled the Soviet visit to the square. On May, as an order was given to crush the protests, with one final chance to leave the square. The protesters didn't. The thousands of troops that had gathered opened fire into the crowd, killing hundreds, maybe thousands. Around 40 minutes after this, people demand they'd stop. The cannons would just keep shooting. The next day, all protests ceased. The full communist control over the city after the events on June 4th. Although the government may have succeeded to cover up the incident within their own country, we still hear about it in the West. Although news and what had happened that day still isn't that clear, as we don't know the exact death toll. This is a lesson to all countries and all people that protest is a valuable resource and should not be understated. Rest in peace to all who died on June 4th, Tiananmen Square, 1989.